Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another True Unscripted Puro video, and today we have another episode of the Rising Sun Renaissance, as tonight we have night 2 of the G1 Climax. Huge matches here tonight. Our block matches, you have Drilla Malani taking on Gabe Kidd, Ryuhei Oiwa taking on Shingo Takagi, Great Khan taking on Sonata, Oleg Bolin taking on Yuto Ice, Konosuke Takeshita taking on Jake Lee, and your main event, Hirooki Goto taking on Yota Tsuji. The only note I have from in between episodes is that New Japan and Just Tap Out, which is Taka Michinoku's promotion, now have a talent trading agreement. In other words, they're going to be our developmental. They just didn't want to actually be our developmental. But anyways, so I do have one extra note, but I'm not going to talk about it until the show starts. AKA, it's going to be a segment. But before we get into the show, we have to prepare. So, give the night off. No. Select venue or location. We are going Hokkaido. And we are going the Prefectural Sports Center. Yes. Locker room incidents. That is a spoiler. Headman trainer Junji Rada ran pre-show training drills to work on basics and safety for 5 students. Shingo Takagi got into an argument with Toriano backstage. And that is all. I'm gonna pull a rib on Geto. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna get on to pre-booking G1 Climax Night 2, and I'll be right back. And on to Night 2 of the G1 Climax. We start the show with Tomoaki Hanma coming down to the ring as the fans look very surprised. Hanma isn't booked. Why is he out here? Hanma enters the ring looking heartbroken and grabs the microphone before saying that over the past decade, he hasn't been performing at his best, and after some tests were done over the past few months, Hanma has been given the unfortunate news that he must retire due to neck injuries. Hanma says that while it's a miracle he's even able to stand right now after everything he's been through throughout his career, he knows that if he continues, he will only put himself in even worse condition, and he wants to hang up the boots before he's permanently paralyzed. Hanma thanks the crowd for everything, and thanks not only Toji Makabe for being the best tag partner one could ask for, but also thanks everyone in New Japan for supporting him throughout his journey. Kokeshi forever. And with that, he is now a staff member. But yeah, as you can tell, this is the first show I've been able to record after he announced his retirement. And, I mean, I hate to say this, but I'm not really gonna book him, so I decided to let him retire as well. Especially after that nasty injury from 2017? 2016, 2017? I think it's the right call. I hate to say I think it's the right call. But yeah, so Tomoaki Hanma has officially retired. 41 rating. I hate to say this, I'm not gonna give him a retirement show, just like Tiger Mask and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I mean, he's in awful condition. I hate to say that, but gotta stop while you're ahead, you know? So, 41 rating, decent. Afterwards, we officially open the show with Oscar and Taiji Ishimori defeating Hinare and Jacob Austin Young in a decent match when Taiji Ishimori pinned Jacob Austin Young. 62 rating. The best performance was Hinare with a 63. Jacob Austin Young was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else, doing a 37. Taiji Ishimori with a 49? Why is he getting penalized? Oh, declining physical ability. Okay, fair enough. But on to your next match as Callum Newman and Zane J lose to Ren Narita and Dick Togo when Dick Togo pinned Zane J after using a foreign object, just like House of Torture. Zane J was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else, but luckily the chaos of the match helped hide how badly Zane J was performing. 66 rating. Afterwards, Zack Sabre Jr. comes to the ring by himself. Zack Sabre Jr. says that while he was supposed to be teaming with Hartley Jackson, Jackson couldn't make it tonight due to travel issues. Because of this, he's found a new tag partner for not only tonight, but potentially the rest of the G1 Climax tour. Zack Sabre Jr. then says to please welcome Fuminori Abe. Abe comes onto the engine stage as the crowd goes crazy. CSJ says that while Abe isn't an official member of TMDK just yet, if he does well this tour, then who knows, maybe he'll get a spot in the group. aka if they don't have poor chemistry, he's most likely joining. Recap gimmick changes. Fuminori Abe is now using Shooter as a gimmick. Love to see it. Afterwards, in your next match, Zack Sabre Jr. and Fuminori Abe defeat Yuya Uemura and Masatori Yasuda. Everyone doing 60s besides Masatori Yasuda. Love to see it. 72 rating. And Abe and Zack Sabre Jr. don't have bad chemistry, so Abe's most likely gonna join. But then, in your last preliminary tag match of the evening, Shota Umino and El Phantasmo defeat Aaron Wolf and Tatsuya Matsumoto in a decent match when El Phantasmo pinned Tatsuya Matsumoto with a CR2. Aaron Wolf and Shota Umino were off their game here, with the performance of the match going to El Phantasmo. Okay. But onto your G1 Climax matches, forced with your only B-block match of the night. Drilla Molyneux defeats Gabe Kidd in a decent wild brawl, doing a 67. Drilla Molyneux now with 2 points. Gabe Kidd is still with 0. But onto A-block action, as forced, Shingo Takagi defeats Ryuhei Oiwa in a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. 72 rating. Love it to see it. Oiwa still with 2 points. Shingo Takagi now with 2 points. But in your next match, Great-O-Khan defeats Sonata in a decent match, with Great-O-Khan now with 2 points. Sonata still with 0. Sonata already with 2 losses. Not looking good for him. But in your next match, Yudo Ice defeats Oleg Bolton in a decent wild brawl. 76 rating. Oh my lord. Yudo Ice now with 4 points. Oleg Bolton still with 0. In your co-main event for tonight, Jake Lee defeats Konosuke Takeshita in a good match. 82 rating. Oh my god. Jake Lee now with 4 points. Konosuke Takeshita still with 2 points. Jake Lee did just pin the New Japan World Television Champion. Is he gonna get a title shot soon? Only time will tell. But in your main event, Yota Tsuji defeats Hirooki Goto in a bout that had great heat and decent wrestling. 64 rating. Would have liked to have done a little bit better, but can't be too upset. Yota Tsuji now with 2 points, and Hirooki Goto still with 2 points. Finished the show with 73 overall rating. So, in first place with 4 points, you have Jake Lee and Yuto Ice. Then, all tied with 2 points, Hirooki Goto, Yota Tsuji, Konosuke Takeshita, Great Khan, Shingo Takagi, and Ryuhei Oiwa. And then with 0 points, you have Sonata and Oleg Bolton. Finish the show, a financial report just under 40K. And that is all. So that's going to do it for today's episode of the Rising Sun Renaissance. Next time, we have B-Block action as Aaron Wolf takes on Shota Umino. Yuya Uemura takes on Zack Sabre Jr. Hinare takes on Drilla Moloney. Callum Newman takes on Ren Narita. And Gabe Kidd takes on Oscar. Also, you have 5 preliminary tag matches setting up night 4 of the G1 Climax. But we'll talk about those later. I've been True Unscripted Puro, and I'll see you all next time.